Da, da, da! Episode 14!
We're back!
It's the response video for Blue
Ink.
Well,
MP Fox.
and MP Fox here. And how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
Well, fantastic. You're not going to believe what happened.
Yeah, I will.
Oh, well, we got a ballot to vote for the Hall of Fame. So, we can choose up to 10 people to put in the Hall.
So only 10.
The power is ours.
I know.
We
It's just
got
like
the power.
Ain't the freedom.
Okay. Yeah. So, we get to vote for 10 people to go into the Hall of Fame. All right? So, Mateo, without further ado, who is your first vote going for?
Edgar Martinez.
Edgar Martinez. This is his last ballot, if I am not mistaken. And this is the last time he's going to be on the ballot. He was a designated hitter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for who?
The Mariners.
The Marineros. He was a designated hitter for the Marineros. The Seattle Mariners. I'm sure that they wouldn't like that.
But I do sometimes go to the Mariners.
Sometimes, yes. Well, my first vote is going to go for a pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles. The Moose, Mike Mussina. And he did pitch for another team, but we'll leave that for other discussions.
He played for another team. What is the other team? Blank.
Okay, your next vote goes for?
Roger Clemens.
Roger Clemens. Clearly, someone is not skewed by the steroid use, which is great because Roger Clemens was one of the most powerful pitchers of the era, period. Dominating. He was a scary man. Yeah. A scary, scary man. Scary. Kind of like your dad. Not that scary.
I'm scary.
Yeah.
Especially at school.
Well, my next vote is going to go for someone who I think has been looked over many, many times for the Hall of Fame. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. First baseman, Fred McGriff. And who's next on your list there, Mateo?
Barry Bonds.
Mr. Barry Bonds.
Another steroid user.
Another steroid user. Now, what is Barry Bonds known for other than steroid use?
He holds the record for the most home runs, and he has 762 home runs in his career.
Bonds is something else, and he was a great player, a great player.
Know that.
I don't know anything.
Yeah, you do.
My next vote is going to go for, and I'm going to have to do it, I'm going to say Yankees. He was probably the most dominating all-time closer in the history of baseball.
Besides Trevor Hoffman.
However, Trevor Hoffman had a much better walk-up song, and I like the Padres a lot better. But it's Mariano Rivera. Struck fear in everybody every time the game got around the ninth inning. Yeah, and who's next on your list, buddy-o?
Fred McGriff.
Got to speak louder.
Fred McGriff.
Fred McGriff. Well, we agreed on one thing so far. My next vote is going to go for a silky smooth infielder with 11 gold gloves. He was, I think he was in the MVP voting once or twice. He was a multiple All-Star. He had over 2,800 hits. Lilo, Omar Vizquel.
Okay.
Who you got next there, buddy boy?
Manny Ramirez.
Manny Ramirez. What do you got to say about Manny Ramirez?
He was absolutely horrible with the Rays.
He was absolutely horrible when he played for the Rays. But an interesting fact about that is your mother, the lovely Lena, had a Manny Ramirez shirt.
Yeah.
That she could wear to about one game because that's all it took before he left the Rays.
Yeah.
But yes, I see you had some steroid users listed there. I also see some more on your list. Mm-hmm. Baseball Collector had a great point about people playing within their era. And there is a lot of discussion about whether someone deserves to be in the Hall or not based on steroids and based on that sort of thing. And I think he hit the nail on the head. I mean, that's who's to say who did or who exactly didn't. If Jose Canseco said they did, Jose Canseco said they did. That's an interesting thing that goes back to the 60s and even further than that. And in the book Ball 4, Jim Bouton writes passage here, baseball players will take anything. Okay, baseball players will take anything. If you had a pill that would guarantee a pitcher 20 wins but might take 5 years off his life, he'll take it. So, they'll do anything for get the competitive edge, and they'll also do anything for a contract, because at the end of the day, they're taking care of their families and that sort of thing. I'm not condoning steroid use, and I'm not condoning cheating. Later on, it says also Mickey Mantle and Whitey Ford would go to other doctors sometimes, and once Mantle got vitamin shot from a quack. So who's to say, and who's to judge? I'm not the judge. So the next person on my list to go into the Hall of Fame
is not anybody from
the Jedi Academy book, but it's Mr. Roger Clemens, just like you.
Oh.
And who's next for you, Teo?
My next guy will be Sammy Sosa.
Sammy Sosa. He did strike out a great career. Not strike out, but he struck out a lot. But he did have a really great career. But after the whole steroids, he kind of pittered out there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Well, the next guy on my list is another Yankee. What is going on with me? Respect's got to be thrown where respect is due, and that's another pitcher by the name of Andy Pettit. I would check his mark off on my ballot if I had a ballot that wasn't sent by blue ink. So who's next on your list, Mateo?
Next is, of course, one of the best closers in baseball, besides Trevor Hoffman. Mariano Rivera.
Mariano Rivera, you can't leave him off of that first ballot. He deserves to be in, that's for sure. And my next vote goes to one of the greatest all-time baseball players. When we did Ray from Phillies, or Ray Philly fan, he was one of my starting outfielders. I know that his career has been tainted and much discussed, but as Mateo said, I got to put a big old check next to Barry Bonds.
Well,
who do you have there?
My last one is Roy Halladay.
Roy Halladay, another dominating pitcher. That's a good call. That's your Omar Vizquel call.
Okay.
Well, it is. And I'm also going to cast a Veterans Committee vote for someone else that I think should be in the Hall of Fame, because I'm the veteran of the table, so I get my one Veterans Committee vote. I think as far as managers go, Billy Martin should be allowed into the Hall of Fame. He had a bad reputation in so many different areas, but he took so many bad teams and made them great. Got fired because of who he was, and then was hired multiple times with the Yankees and took garbage and made them champions. So Billy Martin is going to get my Veterans Committee vote to go in as a manager. Do you have anybody that you'd want to vote for?
Well, everybody says no, he should not be in the Hall of Fame because he's a cheater. And if he would be in the Hall of Fame, it probably would have been a while ago. Pete Rose.
Pete Rose. There you have it. It's MP Fox.
MC Fox.
Thanks for the vote, Blue Ink. Thanks for the little contest here. And I can't wait to watch all the other videos.
Yep.
Peace.